Cool, you're in for a treat. You may have seen this woman. She's been in stand-up comedy since 1983, where she broke into stand-up comedy at Catch a Rising Star in New York City. She's been on Comic Strip Live. She has been on Showtime's Girls Night Out. She's been on she's been on Lifetime Network. She's been on Girls Night Out. She has been the Washington State winner of the Funniest Person in America contest for Showtime. It wasn't your brother-in-law, right? And gosh, it's been an honor working with her for the last 9 months, and or I can't do the math anymore. 6 months. And she believes in possibility, and she believes in bringing laughter many, many places. And I hope you carry the word out with you when you leave here tonight. You may have seen her at a What the Bleep Do We Know conference, and she just returned from Los Angeles, where she was the opening act for the premiere of the new version of What the Bleep. So please, give a warm Bellingham welcome to Vanda Mikoloski.
Thanks. Thank you. 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 Oh, good to see you. Really great to be here. This is just wonderful for me. I mean, it's the very first time I've done comedy in an actual place where people worship. I've done comedy for church groups in restaurants, you know, but never like my ministry, you know, like this is my ministry tonight, like, oh my gosh. And coming from New York City, I like to curse a lot. And I won't be doing that tonight, so I'm really nervous, you know. Do you ever do that with your kids at home? Say, I'll give you $1, you get $1 every time mommy swears or daddy swears. And then the end of the week, your 7-year-old is driving a BMW. You ever do that? Yeah. But I am delighted to be here. I was reading up on Unity a little bit. I wanted to find out what you guys are about and everything, and I'm reading on the internet, and I'm like, wait, there's nothing for me to rebel against here. What kind of church is this? You know, because I was raised Roman Catholic, you know, which was pretty oppressive regime. I was, especially back in, you know, the 60s. I remember Sister Mary Alice, who told me not to do all sorts of things I didn't even think about doing yet. She had a filthy mind, this nun. She really did. All sorts of things, you know. Homosexuality is a sickness, she would say. You know, it is not a sickness. I know, because I tried calling in sick at work with it. Try it sometime. Yeah, it's this gay thing. It may blow over. I don't know. So this is, it's heartening to me to see so many people show up for what I'm calling enlightened comedy. I do it in quotes because anyone who's enlightened doesn't call themselves enlightened, right? That's a clear sign you're not enlightened, I think. I think that's how it works. I don't know. So I'll say enlightened comedy, then you'll think I'm enlightened. Wait, who pretends to be enlightened? Not enlightened people. Okay, if you've, how many people here have actually read any Eckhart Tolle? My boyfriend, Eckhart Tolle. Have you read him? Do you love him? A lot of people. And yeah, I noticed that there's a lot of great forward-thinking people who are ushering in the emerging new consciousness that Unity is just like right there with, right aligned with Larry Dawsey. I see you have, you know, different... Carolyn Mace, maybe. I don't know. There's a lot of the forward-thinking people. My boyfriend is Eckhart Tolle. I know some of you told me before the show that he's your boyfriend, but he's my boyfriend. Okay. And he says there's an emerging new consciousness on the planet. It just doesn't make as much noise as the old consciousness. You know, sort of like, you know, war and poverty and all that stuff makes headlines, but the fact that you forgave your mother doesn't make the headlines, you know. So I thank you for all the work you've done out in the world as Unity Church, and also all the internal work that you've done. You know, whenever you've created peace on earth, rather than, you know, what we could have done. You know, so I just want to say that up front. So thank you for all that work that you've done. And I know that you're not all unitics here. It's unitics, right? Unitics. It's not a derogatory term. That's a casual, fun name. Unitics. We're just the Unitics. I come from the town where Jay-Z Knight channels Ramtha, and I made up Ramsters. Like Ramsters, I made that up. I did. I used to call everyone like, hey, Tomster, hey, Gregster, you know, and then I said, how are you Ramsters? And then in the media, the next thing I see, the followers of Jay-Z Knight, the cult, who call themselves Ramsters. I was joking. I'm a comic. Stop it. A lot of people think that What the Bleep Do We Know is a recruitment film for Jay-Z Knight, and I can absolutely tell you, I got the inside scoop. It is not. She's not that organized. I've been with the organization. It's just like she's not that good at marketing. She's just not. So that's the truth about that. We'll let that be known. And now, how many of you have seen the film What the Bleep Do We Know? Wow, most of you. Some of you haven't. That's okay. You don't need to in order to get this show. But no, because it's just inspired by that, but by my boyfriend Eckhart Tolle and Byron Katie, my latest. I'm crazy about this Byron Katie, loving what is. It's heartening to me. Hollywood didn't think there was an audience for that film. My brother's the marketing director for the film, and he got it going in the small markets. Like this. Unity Church was one of the biggest reasons that film became as big as it did. Unity churches all across the country. And Hollywood didn't think there was a demographic group that would be interested in that kind of mindy entertainment. You know, they just didn't. And look what's happened. In the second movie, how many of you saw the Down the Rabbit Hole version that was in Bellingham last night? Yeah, a few of you. Yeah, it's just really taken off, and that's heartening to me, you know? And there are people I know that when that movie came out, they're like, yeah, hello, you know, this is the stuff that I've been thinking all along, right? It just kind of formatted it well. You know, and you know, some spiritual people can get pretty competitive when it comes to the success of a film. They're like, I know a Hawaiian shaman who's like, what the bleep? Hello, or rather, aloha. I've been saying that stuff for years. Okay. Muslims are like, assalamu alaikum, duh, okay. I like to imagine Buddhists trying not to say, I told you so. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. The Hindu goddess Kali is like, what the bleep? Talk to the hands. It was really heartening for me because since 1982, I've been involved in the Ramtha teachings on and off. And my friends in Hollywood didn't know what I was involved in. They just knew it was something really weird. Just weird. Vanda's involved in something weird. I don't know. When the incident at Waco, Texas happened, they were like, I hope Vanda's okay. Yeah. The Heaven's Gate atrocity, they're like, was Vanda there? The Unabomber, they're like, has anyone received a letter from Vanda? Don't open it. Ay. So those of you who saw the film know that there's a guy in it who is actually an advisor to the Pope, Father Michal Ledwith. And when I told him that I'm working at some New Thought church, he said, New Thought churches? I understand that the last time the name of Jesus was spoken in some of those churches was when the janitor fell off the ladder.